What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I am doing my final of the 3 quick hit scouting report videos for today. This one is going to be for the New Orleans Saints. They took on the Green Bay Packers, and let's just say that, first of all, as I've mentioned, in the past couple videos, the Green Bay Packers got destroyed in this. The Saints absolutely took it to them on both offense and defense. I mean, they were pumping, and I think Aaron Rodgers threw like 3 interceptions or something like that. We'll take a look at the stats, but point is though is like I've said in the past couple of videos, this is the Green Bay Packers are a team, like the Titans or like the Bills or like the Falcons, that I don't expect to have the same putrid performance as they did in their Week 1 game. I fully expect that they will rebound, but as it stands, and as you can see here, the Saints really took it to them 38-3 and just, destroyed them in this game. So let's get a little bit deeper into it, though, because look, man, this Saints team is going to be tough. I know that, Drew Brees is gone, but Jameis Winston came in, and I think he put up like 5 touchdowns or something like that. And pretty crazy. But it's funny too, because like their offensive production, like their numbers are not actually even that high, and their league standings they're pretty low, but that's in large part too because, like I said, I mean, their defense just dominated. So let's take a look at it. So New Orleans had 322 total yards to the 229 that they gave up to the Packers. They had a $151 on the ground, gave up 186. They had 107, or excuse me, through the air. My bad, that was through the air. They had 171 on the ground and only gave up 43 yards on the ground. That's crazy. They had 5.4 yards per play, gave up 4.4. Obviously, it was 38-3. Green Bay gave up 1 fumble and 2 interceptions, right? So they had 3 turnovers in that game. And they also got 2 sacks on Green Bay. Obviously didn't give up any turnovers or any sacks. So obviously, and then look at this, man. The Saints were 50% on third down. The Packers were 10% on third down. Crazy. They had the ball for 34-36 to the Packers 25-24. The Saints did, outpace them in penalties with 6 to their 5. But obviously that was not anywhere near enough to be able to make up the difference. So, taking a look at the Saints here, Jameis Winston was 14 for 20, 148 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Holy crap. Taysom Hill was 1 for 103. He added in a 1 pass. Alvin Kamara was 20 rushes for 83 yards and a 4.2. Tony Jones, 11 for 50 and a 4.5. Jameis Winston threw in 6 rushes for 37 yards and a 6.2 average. So, obviously, we know that their running game is pretty good as well. And their receivers are damn good too. So let's see, where are we? Deontay Johnson, 2 of 2. He had two for 71 yards and a touchdown. Juwan Johnson, 3 of 3 for 21 and 2 scores. Adam Troutman, 3 of 6 for 18. Marquez Callaway, 1 of 2 for 14. Chris Hogan, 1 of 1 for 10 and a score. Alvin Kamara, 3 for 4, 8 yards and a score, right? And then just real quick, as I usually do, I will scroll through these additional stats, the defensive statistics, the kicking statistics, etc., etc. So if you so choose, you can take a quick look at that, pause the video if you need to. All right, moving on to the Packers, just to add to the context, make sure we have the full thing. Aaron Rodgers, okay, so 2 interceptions. He threw 2. He was 15 for 28, 133 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Jordan Love was 5 of 7 for 68. A.J. Dillon led the way in rushing, 4 rushes for 19, 4.8. Kylan Hill, 5 rushes, 14, 2.8. Obviously, the Saints only let up 48 yards or 43 yards on the ground, so not much going for the Packers run game there. Devontae Adams led the way for them in the receiving game, 5 of 756. Randall Cobb, 1 of 132. Mercedes Lewis, 1 of 119. Amari Rodgers, 1 of 119. Marquez Valdez Scantling, 3 of 817. Alan Lazard, 2 of 4 for 16. Malik Taylor, 2 of 3, 14. Aaron Jones, 2 of 2 for 13. And look, man, and that's part of what I'm saying. The Packers definitely have good receivers. They got, at least serviceable running backs, if not, some good running backs. And then Aaron Rodgers obviously leading the way. So like I said, I don't expect them, here, I'll scroll through this real quick. I don't expect them to, put up the same putrid performance, next week or for the remainder of the season. They definitely did not have a good week one, and the Saints just absolutely took it to them. All right, so now let's take a look at their statistics. So this is why I say it's kind of funny, because if you look at it, right, like even their league standings, they didn't have a lot of offensive production, but they didn't really need it as well, because their defense was killing it. Obviously set them up with good field position. They got the 3 turnovers, et cetera, et cetera. So, they didn't need it. They just didn't really need it. But in total yards, and yards per game as of right now, they had 322 and they're 25th in the league. Passing, they had 151 yards and they are 32nd in the league in both of those. There was a little bit of a difference here in these two, the rushing and the points, because obviously of the Giants and Washington football game, when that was factored in. But for rushing, they had 171 yards on the ground. They're 5th overall in total and 3rd for yards per game. And points, with 38 points in the game, that puts them at 5th in total and 3rd for points per game as of right now. Defensively, though, look at these statistics, man. I mean, Jesus. Now, obviously, some of this stuff with like takeaways and interceptions, again, there's a lot of bunching with teams because they're currently tied. A lot of teams, and that will hash itself out over the year. But I mean, right now, though, after week one, the performance they put on, they are, leading the league in a ton of stuff. So total yards, they're 1st with 229 given up. Passing yards, they're 5th with only giving up 201. Rushing yards, 1st with the 43. 1st in points, only giving up the 3 points to the Packers. Just a single field goal. They're 2nd in the league with 3 takeaways. 3rd with 2 interceptions. 11th with 1 fumble. 20th with 2 sacks. And 15th with 4 passes defensed. And as usual, I will toss in real quick just so you can see this is where the Dolphins stack up after week one with the week 2 matchup of the Giants and Washington football team included. So with that, that will wrap up my quick hit scouting report video for week 1 for the New Orleans Saints. I do have that as a loss. And that will remain a loss until otherwise, until further notice, right? So anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope they can surprise me, though. But that Saints team, man, they do look to, even with Drew Brees out, they do look like they are going to be a tough team to stop. So anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.